I block people who have the same icon as me. Update. Attempted to block myself.
Where did this other dog come from? Who is he? Honestly, this is real, but for me it's mostly because I commissioned my avatar, so if someone else has it, they've stolen my NFT and must be punished by the Fed. Hello everybody and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo and today we are looking at r/Tumblr, a subreddit dedicated to posts from that wacky little site that died and came back like a phoenix risen again. The site's getting a little bit more popular thanks to Husky Musky buying the bird, so let's just get right into it.
Sometimes I blow out my ice cream before I take a bite. Have no idea why.
Brain. Food is very temperature. Also brain. No worry, learned from soup, know what to do. This is the tone in which my brain talks about everything. A couple of nights ago, my buddies discovered that I talk inside my brain like this, with absolute confidence and no concern whatsoever. And it really explained a lot about how bad my performance is during Raid. Yes, me brain, know what do best, never fail. Shrek is a cautionary tale about how dating ugly, musty men because it's what's on the inside that counts will make you ugly and musty as well. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Facts only. Why the frick am I seeing Shrek slander on my dashboard right now? Did any of you even watch the goddamn films? Can't believe this. You guys don't deserve Shrek. Frick you, Fiona was already an ogre and was trying to hide that part of herself because her parents told her she should be ashamed, but Shrek helped her to accept that part of herself and become her true self unapologetically. Frick you!
OP is Lord Farquaad.
I love that Lord Farquaad's name, when said very fast, explains why it's based off of their old, the studio's old boss, I find that interesting. You know what else I find interesting? That some people aren't subscribed to Kalbus. You should check right now if you are, and if you're not, you should fix it. You should also leave a like, a comment, and share with a friend. Because honestly, that helps us make more content for you, and we like making content for you, so help us make it for you. Help us help you help us. You done it? Good. Let's keep going. Current status, the video game protagonist's relation to their antagonists. Mario and Bowser's rivalry after 30 years exists mostly just to uphold the status quo, instantly dissipates whenever the situation calls for it. Peach's kidnapping probably follows a very specific schedule, and after every single one, they probably all go out for coffee together. Luigi is unironically Juju's favorite babysitter. Sonic and Eggman's rivalry after 30 years. If you so much and breathe in my direction, I'm literally going to kill you with my bare hands. Link and Ganondorf's rivalry after 30 years. We are inexplicably tied together by fate and ideology. We are each other's opposite in the worst and most poetic way possible. We are enemies, we are brothers, and we will destroy each other and the world around us over and over again. Samus and Ridley's rivalry after 30 years. By God, it's Samus Aran with a steel chair. Yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this, mostly because it's kind of true, but Sonic and Eggman almost exist in the same state as Mario and Bowser, where it just keeps happening, but they also will drop it if the situation calls for it, like every time without fail. What the frick? Favorite fact about Scotland. We invented sex. I'm not sure why that's my Scottish accent. Bro, how? The Microbrachus dicky? Ancient armored fish pioneered sex as we know it some 385 million years ago in what is now Scotland. Scientists say the Microbrachus dicky, a bony 8-centimeter long fish which lives in ancient lakes, is believed to have been the first known animal to reproduce by having sex instead of by spawning. I mean, this is kind of the issue. Having too many spawns was starting to slow down the tick rate on the server, so having to change it to a more consistent method of breeding makes sense, because otherwise the server is going to get slowed down and outside wouldn't be playable anymore. There is something so stylistic and sexy about it.
Masks and helmets that hide someone's face in such a way that they become the face themselves, my beloved.
Yeah, this is real. I mean, when you get a mask that is so ubiquitous with your role, you stop being human and you become that role. Like, that's an astronaut. That's not a person. That's a plague doctor. That isn't a person. That is John Dark Souls. That's not a person. Greenland is further east, west, north, and south than Ireland. For some odd reason, I absolutely hate this information. This seems so close relativistically to how it's displayed on maps. I don't know. I find it genuinely interesting and also kind of cool, but I'm not sure I get what it's trying to say. Oh wait, no, I get it. It's closer on all of those directions than Iceland is. That's weird, and I'm not sure how that's possible. Men are simple.
A smart girl's guide to boys. Conversation starters. Things to say when you're staring at a boy trying to think of what to say.
I wish they'd teach us more about Vikings.
I wish they'd teach us more about Vikings.
Dude, same. Thanks, American girl. Look, we're not difficult. Just be nice to us and we'll love you forever. Why are men so touch-starved in the modern age? Well, crap! Me and my boyfriend booked tickets to a laser gun place for my birthday. We're taking his little brother with us because he would absolutely love that. And I love having him along. I'm quite fond of the little guy, a cheery, chatty, and clever kid. I don't get much about them video game mechanics, but I like hearing his stories about the stuff he's been up to in games and the stuff he thinks of doing them is so creative, it's genuinely impressive. He wasn't wary of me the first time I visited his parents. I remember thinking I'll want to get the notice kid as much as I can before the spark goes out and he shuts off from the world. For a few years, I thought it's any minute now, any minute before that light is gone and he stops talking. He's 14 now and that hasn't happened. The kid is still just as chatty and cheery as he ever was. It's sad to occur to me that maybe that's not going to happen. Maybe that's not something that's supposed to happen, that everyone goes through, that maybe all of a sudden completely losing your will to live and having to claw it back with your bleeding teeth isn't just a normal and expected part of growing up. Look, it's very easy to become disheartened by this world. It's very easy to let the world take your smile from you. It takes strength to keep it, and this sounds like a very strong kid, and I'm glad that he's not going through what a lot of us went through in high school. You need 100% more meme knowledge for this one. Ah, frick, y'all. Are you frickin' kidding me? Guys, please explain this one in the comments. I'm at a loss.
Has anyone seen that picture of the horse in the pool with the sunglass wearing dog on its back and the deef of the Hollywood side thrown in the bushes?
This is so chaotic, and it's so wonderful that they remade BoJack Horseman with a live-action film. Sad horse show moments.
Typical magical girl series, but the female protagonists are alive, they're just straight up murdering people. Is that asking for too much?
Also, they're allowed to say frick.
No, I want everything else to be cutesy and PG. No cursing, only cute substitutions like, oh golly. I just want to watch anime schoolgirls with wide eyes and wholesome demeanor say oopsie daisy while they commit war crimes.
There's something so wonderful, in like an ironic sense, about that middle part where they're allowed to say frick because we can't say frick. So we can't even get the full message across. And I love that. It kind of fits the theme of the post. You can always tell when misinformation is from TikTok. It's genetically distinct from other internet misinformation.
It always has the vibe of some very unlined people are having an argument when they had to take a real source and stretch their interpretations like two dogs fighting over a side of pulled pork.
Tumblr misinformation is just, OP literally made up an entire 13th century papal state that doesn't exist. Twitter misinformation is
simple but deeply revealing misconception of reality stated with the confidence of 10,000 suns, a la, women are inherently bourgeoisie. Facebook misinformation is your good old-fashioned salt the earth working class. Your grandma repeating crap she heard on Fox News. Look, Twitter is a cesspool where you say I like pancakes and someone goes, oh, so you hate waffles then? And I think that's awful. If I was a shapeshifter, half the time I would be spent making myself look androgynous and trimming things up about my shape I'm not happy with. And half of the time would be spent making my teeth look just a little bit sharper than is normal, changing my eye color subtly between slightly unsettling shades, and giving myself an intricate tattoo that just barely moves every couple of hours until it's a whole new shape next time you look at it.
If I was a shapeshifter, I'd have fat frickin' tits. I gotta admit, if I was a shapeshifter, I'd actually be quite depressed, because then I could just be all big and muscular without having to work out, and I wouldn't feel like I earned that. I like earning my muscles.
Football and soccer are like, give me the ball, I want the ball. But baseball is all like, frick this ball, get rid of it, I hate it.
Yes, sports classification. This is real. You can almost always break something down into two distinct categories if you stretch far enough, and I think we're doing that wonderfully right here and now. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use a reminder that ball. If you don't want more, r/Tumblr will be popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds, but until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next ball. Have a great sports ball day.